Hello everyone, DonTheCrown here, and today let's talk about day one of Thea3. We switched over to mind control, and as you can see, it's going pretty okay here. We're about 3 billion DPS. A lot of our gear is still not so great. However, we did manage to replace pretty much all of the campaign gear. So I'm going to kind of go through it one by one here real fast. And yeah, let's talk about the build overall. Pretty freaking smooth. It's been pretty easy start. Very, very fun. Right now we switched over to being energy shield based. You can notice we have like 6,000 energy shield down here. And so to the end, we have a hat here that's giving us a little bit of energy shield. We are using Twilight Vestment. It gives us active skill level, but most importantly, it makes it so that when reaping, which is pretty much all of the time, energy shield starts charging immediately. And we have on the passive tree that once our energy shield starts charging, cannot be stopped, and this helps a lot. It's pretty much what this does is make it so that we're just constantly healing. Whenever we hit enemies, we heal in return, and they can't stop our energy shield charge from continuing to charge up, which is just very, very powerful. And then we also have gloves here that give us a little more energy shield. I got lucky and I got a belt that has max energy shield with tenacity blessing on it as well. That's pretty much it for the energy shield on gear. Now, I do have a false god skin that I self-dropped. This has 2 ranks of intelligence per 4 levels, stats, percentage, and then skill area. All this stuff is pretty good. I don't know if this is going to be like something I'm going to keep for a long time. Probably a crafted amulet would be even nicer because I would be able to get like some resistances, which is probably one of the weak parts of my gear setup right now. We're using King's Boon. This is just very, very strong because it gives us a quarter second of damage reaped over time when dealing damage over time. And I have a lowest roll that you can get, which is the best roll of 1.5 seconds. That is what you want to look for. Additional damage over time taken is kind of unfortunate. This probably affects the laser beam. This also gives us more with less, which is additional damage over time, which is just very good for us. Next up, we have 2 Heart of Magic rings, and this is going to be maybe a little bit complicated. But basically, every time we gain a blessing, max blessing stack up here, it instead reduces the number of max blessings we have. And you start off with 4. And so if you have a total of 4 max blessings, your max blessing is now 0, and you can actually wear 2 of these rings. This will give you, +1. So if you have 2 of the rings and +2 from like belt, from slates, from dreamed onto your weapon somehow, you can use these particular ones. It's going to give you energy shield, which is pretty nice, intelligence, and then you're going to gain a stack of focus blessing every half a second. But if you haven't crit recently, and we're not critting, not yet at least, so we're going to be constantly losing blessings, but this doesn't matter because we're at 0 all the time. And then we gain additional spell damage when we're at max focus blessings, which is all of the time because we can't gain focus blessings. So these end up being a nice +1 max focus, plus 20% additional damage, intelligence, and energy shield ring, which is just pretty nice. But if you do not have, 0 max focus blessings, this is gonna be really, really bad. You don't want to use these. You do need like 2 slates probably to make this work. For our weapon right now, we're looking at just ideally having something better than this, than reaping duration up here. But you want intelligence, reap, damage over time, reaping duration, erosion, and affliction effect. You can go and use like a all tier 2 staff there for a little bit there. Like for example, this is what I'm using in my offhand right now, and this is still pretty good. And you can get these. I think that anything below item level 86, looks like that is gonna be pretty good. The best base for this is going to be the Dark Gaze Scepter. This is 39% damage over time. For candles and skills and stuff, pretty much I picked up candles to give me max channel stacks. These are pretty big multipliers, and this is like costing me I think like 300-400 FE a pop, which was pretty painful, but it'll probably get cheaper as the time goes down or goes forward. Mind control links, mana boil, blink, and then mana boil. One thing I want to point out is that you get effect every single time when you hit the skill if it's at max charges. So you get stats effect per charge when you use a supported skill, and then you also get charges each time it's cast 3 times. So kind of what you want to do, like if you're really pushing damage, is you want to press mana boil when it's full, and you wait for it to go all the way back up. And once you see it's full again, you can press it again to really max your damage. I only do this against bosses and stuff. It's not something you really want to do in a normal map. Starstalker for more damage here, and then Corruption. I'm just putting like more supports on some of these simply because we have the extra energy, and every support you put on a skill, thanks to being a warlock, reduces the mana cost, which might help with any mana issues. Energy Fortress, if you are trying to seal a 50% aura on your life and you're having problems, probably your seal conversion isn't high enough level, or restrain's not high enough level, or if you really are struggling, you need to like make sure you put extra supports on here. Once again, every single support that's on a skill is giving it another 5% less mana cost or reservation, and so you need to like put extra supports like cooldown reduction or area or any of these things here that support it. You just want to have like every single possible thing supporting it at first, and then as this levels up, you'll be able to rip some of those supports out. We have erosion enhancement. We also have swiftness and deep pain. We're probably going to maybe change some of this stuff around later, but that's pretty much what it looks like right now. For archery, this is kind of what the Goddess Deception is at the moment. The reason we're doing subtle impact instead of Deceiver's Might is because I have this on a slate. I would do Forbidden Power, but I'm doing 8 zeros and I don't have my resistance capped right now. So taking this is even pretty scary. This is probably not very much damage. This probably be a lot more damage. But like I said, like a little bit scary there. And then Psychic, this is kind of what our tree looks like for that. Taking the node behind my big fat head as well here. It's not really a good place to sit. And then Warlock. We are taking all of this. We aren't taking the node that's behind my head. Just getting this for the elemental resistances. Like even just going and getting 3 points for 6% right now is pretty decent. Ideally, I'd want to get this movement speed while blur is active, because we are having blur all of the time. There's quite a bit of just like damage over time in here. A lot of good stuff. Getting paralyzed on enemies. And yeah, it's just pretty darn solid tree right now. This is where we're getting the blur. Gains blur when energy shield starts to charge. And so we just constantly are gaining blur from that. I think we do have to take damage though first. So this isn't very obvious when we are here. Like I think I don't have blur here at all actually. So I actually have more damage than the tooltip is saying, because we are completely missing out on this damage boost here. But this does kind of like go up and down over time. And that's pretty much it for right now. The pets I'm using, I got really crazy lucky with the Portrait of the Fallen Saintess. I was just gonna go to this breakpoint here, and when I pulled her, I got 2, and so I was just like, this is the only pet I've ever gone and gotten 6 on. So yeah, pretty crazy. The damage is pretty nice, and yeah, the pets are pretty good. I picked out the Swaying Bonnie out of one of the chests, and I got this Missile Soul King out of one of the chests from last season, and I already had an upgrade thing for him, so it's pretty nice. Hopefully this video, guys, helped you out. Let me know, guys, in the comments down below. Oh, I didn't talk about hero traits. So if you're trying to do more damage, basically you want to do Disgrace Minister here as opposed to Tarnished Sage. But this is like better for mapping just in general, because you get a little bit like recovery. You also get movement speed when you're dealing damage to a desecrated target. With single target, Disgrace Minister is a little bit better, but typically run this most of the time. Then my hero memories here are pretty bad, but ideally you want to get ones that are at least the purple rarity and then level them up to enhancement 30. So you get the +2 trait level, and that just gives you quite a bit of power. And then getting ones that are orange and leveling up to 40 is also a really good goal. If you're looking for like the cheapest thing for you to kind of work on here, hero memories are really solid because they're very easy to farm up yourself, because you just get these like generic materials. And also, if you scrap any of these things, when you recycle an item, all enhancement materials will be returned. And this just allows you to like slowly invest into your character. And if I like go and I find a better hero memory, or I buy a better hero memory, I can then scrap this one and get back all of my materials. Now, do note, it does cost you more to upgrade a higher rarity one than a lower rarity one. So like getting to 30 on a purple isn't probably going to get you to 30 on an orange or even a red, but you can kind of like just invest in your character this way, slowly yet surely, and is a very solid thing to do. Oh, also getting things like your precise auras. These were a lot cheaper than they probably should have been. They always are at the start of the season. This is a really good thing for you to look for really early. And other things that you could probably look for are like maybe like level 21 mind control or other stuff like that. That's probably expensive right now, but some skills might be cheap at level 21. And simply because I think you can drop all active skills now in endgame. Seems like that isn't something that is dropping just yet for people. Star Stalker, let's see this. And even some of your empower skills, like getting another level, would be a little bit more damage. Maybe these are just bugged or something. I would figure someone would have a level 21 one. But yeah, there you go, guys. Hopefully this video would help you out. Sorry for the ramble there a little bit. I've been having a lot of fun, and we're probably going to end up doing like Traveler 8 and stuff later today. And come by the stream. Pretty sure I'll be live right now.